Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking the core concepts of an incredible book called The Mind is Everything. We're exploring a seriously fascinating premise, the idea that our minds literally shape our reality. Have you ever noticed that when you want something with, absolute conviction, it almost feels like the whole universe is conspiring to bring it right to your doorstep? Well, we're going to decode exactly how that works and, more importantly, how you can harness that immense power for yourself.
It really all starts with a simple but absolutely profound question. Why do some people reach just incredible heights of success, while others, given the exact same circumstances, just stay stuck? Why do some folks born in a complete poverty become the world's most successful individuals, while others with every advantage in the book never actually achieve their dreams? The answer isn't luck, it's not society, it's actually that invisible force operating right behind your eyes.
So, to unpack this, we have a clear agenda for today. First, thoughts create your reality. Second, the power of the subconscious. Third, the science of positive thinking. Fourth, defeating fear and doubt. And finally, taking action and manifesting. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Thoughts create your reality. The core premise here is wild but true. Everything happening in your life right now, the good, the bad, even the boring neutral stuff, is really just a reflection of your internal mindset. If you truly believe you're a failure, well, you're gonna fail. But if you believe you can succeed, your mind actively shows you the path to get there. And this brings us right to the law of attraction. Think of your brain like a giant, powerful magnet. It literally attracts exactly what you focus on. Your thoughts are basically like seeds. If you're planting seeds of negativity or weakness, that's exactly the crop you're going to harvest. But if you focus on prosperity, opportunities just naturally begin to pop up around you. It's not magic, guys, it's focus.
Let's put this into perspective. Imagine two friends who face the exact same situation. They both unexpectedly lose their jobs. Now, the first friend reacts by thinking, "My life is totally ruined. I can never bounce back from this." The second friend, though, thinks, "Okay, this is a new opportunity. I can actually do something better now." Fast forward just a few months. That first friend, still stressed, still stuck. But the second friend has already started a successful new business. The circumstances were completely identical. The only variable that changed the whole shebang was their thoughts.
History's greatest figures understood this on a very deep level. Take a look at this incredible quote from Mahatma Gandhi. "A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes." Or even think about Abraham Lincoln. He was born into extreme poverty, but he never ever accepted that he would just stay poor. He genuinely believed he was meant for great things, and those thoughts shaped a destiny that literally led him to the presidency. Your thoughts dictate your destiny. It's that simple.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Power of the Subconscious.
Now, to truly change our everyday thoughts, we have to look deeper into the engine that's actually driving them, the subconscious mind. Your mind is essentially a supercomputer. Every single time you repeat an action or a thought, it gets stored right there. But here is the catch, and it's a big one. A lot of us are operating on severely outdated software. It's kind of like running Windows 95 in today's modern world. This old programming was usually installed during childhood. So if you were taught early on that, say, money is hard to earn, your subconscious accepts that as absolute, undisputed truth. Those limiting beliefs dictate the boundaries of your success today. They act like an invisible ceiling just holding you down no matter how hard you consciously try to push through.
So, the crucial question is, how on earth do we reprogram that old supercomputer? Well, the source material gives us 4 very clear steps to go from mere awareness into actual action. Step 1 is awareness itself, catching those negative thoughts in real time and asking yourself, wait, is this actually true, or is this just fear? Next is affirmations. You've got to talk to yourself positively, literally say, "I can handle this," out loud until your mind actively believes it. Then comes visualization. You want to clearly see your success in your mind's eye before it even happens, just like top Olympic athletes do. And finally, step 4, gratitude. Being genuinely thankful for what you already have practically programs your brain to spot even more abundance.
Which brings us to Section 3, the science of positive thinking. Now, if all this is sounding a bit too much like self-help magic, let's look at the hard biological science behind it. Researchers actually took 2 groups of people. Group 1 was told to focus purely on positive things. Group 2 focused on the negative. After just a few weeks, the results were mind-blowing. The positive group wasn't just happier mentally, they were physically energetic and confident. And the negative group, they actually experienced real physical fatigue, weakness, and severe stress. Your thoughts are literally physically altering your body's reality. Crazy, right?
Here's exactly what's happening behind the scenes when you maintain an optimistic outlook. Positive thoughts literally trigger the release of mood-boosting neurotransmitters in your brain. Optimism is scientifically linked to having a stronger immune system and living a longer, much healthier life. Plus, it massively increases your physical energy. But here's the real kicker. A positive mindset acts like a filter for your brain. It allows you to suddenly spot hidden opportunities that a negative mind would just completely overlook. That's why cultivating optimism isn't just about feeling good. It's a highly practical tool for navigating daily life and unlocking doors you didn't even know existed.
All right, Section 4. Defeating fear and doubt. It is completely natural to feel some resistance when you're trying to change, so let's confront the two biggest mental roadblocks that usually stop us right before we achieve greatness: fear and doubt. You really need to realize that the fear you feel when stepping out of your comfort zone is mostly just an illusion. It's an outdated survival mechanism. Back in the day, our ancestors needed fear to, run away from hungry predators in the jungle. But today, your brain creates that exact same visceral panic when you just try to start a new project or speak on a stage. It treats an audience like a pack of literal tigers. It's totally a false alarm.
Once we realize that fear is just a false alarm, we have to tackle its annoying offspring, doubt. Just look at how Thomas Edison viewed doubt when he was trying to invent the light bulb. He famously said, "I have not failed 10,000 times. I have successfully found 10,000 ways that will not work." I love that. He didn't see failure as a stop sign. He just saw it as data. If we can reframe failure as just a stepping stone, as just a lesson rather than a reason to quit, our doubt completely disappears.
Let's hit our final section, number 5, taking action and manifesting. We have finally reached the most critical piece of the puzzle. All this incredible mindset work, the visualization, the affirmations, it is all completely useless without taking deliberate, mindful action. But remember, it absolutely has to be action with the right mindset. Jumping into action without preparing yourself mentally for the inevitable struggles, that's a recipe for disaster. It's honestly like trying to walk an unknown, treacherous path without a map. At the very first sign of difficulty, your brain is going to panic and pull you straight back into your safe little comfort zone. You've got to lock in that resilient mindset first.
The source text uses this beautiful metaphor of a farmer to explain how manifesting success actually works out in the real world. Think about it. A farmer starts by planting the right seeds. Those are your positive thoughts. Then they nurture them daily with real, consistent effort and hard work. They actively protect their crops from weeds, which in our case means eliminating doubt and negative self-talk. And finally, they trust the timing. A farmer doesn't dig up the seed the very next day just to see if it's growing, right? You have to practice patience and trust the process, even when the results aren't immediately visible to the eye.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a very direct challenge. Whenever you are terrified of taking that next big step, whenever your outdated survival instincts are just screaming at you to stay small and safe, ask yourself this one question. If you fail, will the world end? The answer is always absolutely no. You just learn a lesson and try again. So what is actually holding you back from taking your very first step toward reprogramming your reality today?